I have a question. Who from you knows the plant nettle? In German, Tim, Brennnessel? Who knows? Who of you think this is like an unnecessary plant? Because you're touching it, you get burned, you have blisters everywhere. Who think this is like a crappy plant? Yeah? But not for this guy, for the next speaker. I would like to introduce the CEO of NettleSmart. Brilliant idea, because I want to see inclusive innovation, not only in, let's say, part of digitalization, but also in the food industry. To take something which you see as we saw many people saying exactly this is like an unnecessary product, but to take it and to transform it in something special. What Radomir is doing with his company NettleSmart, I would like to give him the word. And Radomir Elias from NettleSmart, the CEO.
It's hard. It was kind of hard and challenging to prepare this speech in front of you. And innovation process, it's hard, challenging by itself, and sometimes it's fun. You must have a fun, otherwise you will not be able to deliver anything. You must like it, otherwise you got crazy and mad. Firstly, I will be not able to do anything without proto research, without really researchers from high school or academia and universities. And we already use some AI, which helped me to prepare this speech and helped me to explore internet and all these materials, to understand them, and through these tools, we really speed it up. And it's not just only tech and research which we must deal with in innovation process. It's a people and market itself. As you know, it's hard work with people, but it's much more harder work without them. Yeah. And here is the point when all the fun start, and not just only fun, the struggles too. As Homo sapiens sapiens, we are just only a little bit clever apes. Our brain, it's not changed from 60,000 years ago. We are too afraid to go somewhere else, and we must be pushed. We really think what have a value or not, and if you must risk something, the gain from the risk should be 3 or 4 times bigger than potential loss. This is what behavior academists say. When we speak about innovation process startups, the risk is so high that the value which you must gain from this risk should be at least 10 times bigger than potential loss. So which is, again, much more higher. And then we deal with people, with their emotions, with their own agenda. Sometimes, and you must be prepared, I must prepare myself, we like a startupist, we go on the shores, in the places where nobody was before. And I must endure myself, be prepared, lost some people on this journey. 1 year ago, I kind of prepared my journey, and on the beginning, I already lost some people. Then I lost some people in the summer, and it's hard. It's hard to make a sale, to sell stuff, came with product, good product, calculated, make some advertisement, statistics, and all these things, and again, go on the market, and again, and then the results you can see here with our nettle syrup or fiber. This is from nettle fiber. Sometimes I'm saying that like let's sail, let's go somewhere. Sometimes maybe you can see in the TV like the Vikings was like a really bloody and dangerous. It's not true. They was mainly traders. So, from my experience, I prepare plan because everything what you can achieve, it's based on a plan. You must have a plan, and then to stick the plan and go point by point, milestone by milestone, goal by goal. And you need really big and huge plan because in the innovation process, nothing goes smoothly. Nothing. So you maybe think, how I think, okay, like maybe 1-2 months and we will have a syrup. Took maybe 4 or 5 months, have a really proper product. Then much more months and much more mistakes because we made a pesto and it was not working through structures and through some dirt. So then we go to aquaponic planting, and whole our aquaponic productions got eaten by some bugs in the spring. So everything goes outside. Our quiche was not working because we don't have a really good stuff, but it moved us to material. And then we found really that, like for example, on Czech market or Italian market, it's like missing some materials, some isolations, and other things. So then we start really counting how we can achieve these things. What's make a business sense? How the business model will look like? And then you go back from the market to some Excel tables, to some theories. You think through it. Again, you go on market. You receive some slaps from one and other side. You came back, sit, really tired, and counting again, and you made maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 rounds before you found something. And this is really hard, and you must to like it. You must be a little bit crazy to endure it, and to looking for investors, partners, customers, clients. Where is your market? I found out that on a Czech market, because I'm Czech, it's kinda hard. We have some statistics, some data. They tell us like let's say 50% of people of population want to live healthy and like healthy stuff and all these things. Sorry, my French is bullshit. They lie to us. They lie to themselves. They don't care. Then like, I would like to, but I'm so lazy, or I don't want to spend the money for really good products. And I see it. I see it when my friends came from Germany or another Dutch markets and bring some stuff, or because my partner, she's Italian, I visit Italy, and I can compare really behavior of clients. So I can tell you the Czech customer or Czech client, consumer, want cheap and shitty things. This is. So, because we have really on this year some plans to expand, these plans be much more crucial to our survivor. And we did it. So then we expand on the Italian market, found some friends, show our syrup or our interest in the plants, and in one point, people are interested. They like the syrup. They like the beer because it's tasty. Have something what they want. For Czech folks, it's too much. Doesn't matter. From the food, because we understand that a food market is kinda hard. It's you must have some license and work with actually food products, and we don't want to poison anybody. And it's a really quick market. And it's not so good, how to say, how much money we can make it. Because on the end, I must be a really bad capitalist to focusing on money. So then we was looking for another industry. And another industry is this, really materials to cut a nettle. And in this case, in this point, I not speak just only about nettle. It's hemp and it's flax. Apparently, in the 90s, all the industry from the Czech Republic start going from 10 to 0. And in these days, there is no one single company in Czech Republic which will be able to proceed it, flax, hemp, nettle, from the beginning to fiber and to another material like as bioplastic, or from the rest of the plant, lignin, which is one of the really interesting compounds which we can use not just only for bioplast, but for biostones and another things for structures. So then I start counting how much money and amount of nettle or a biological material, nettle, hemp, flax, we need. We need hundreds and tons, hundreds. And from the small project, let's say, I made a syrup or pesto or some food, to make these things, we need hundreds of millions euro to build a really company, to factory in one side. We push it into the nettle, hemp, flax, a really big one. And on the end can go single fiber or another things like biogas, fertilizers, and another. But, and by the way, we received some financial money from some grants. So I was guide, and I must count it how we can really help to Europe to get a Green Deal done. And through ChatGPT, I was really able to found something, and then we really count this around 100 million euro. which we'll need, and the company could be sustainable without waste, circular, and produce a lot of money. But it's too hard, too big, and too complex project. So, again, almost nobody, believe me, for judges from the company which give us money. It was like, can you cut all the products and let just only one? And I said, actually I can't, because in moment when I cut all of the rest products, my company is not sustainable, my company is not really ecological and circular and not without waste. And this was the point. So then we must look again and again, and how I tell you, these circles I made 3 or 4 times, maybe 5 times. I stopped counting that. But in last days, we found a company which do some isolations from the hemp. And we found some other companies which know how to proceed or work with hemp, and because nettle is really close to hemp, we found the partners which can help us, and they are willing to. And meanwhile, of all this technical stuff and products and all these things, I must to deal with my people, because I created a company in September last year. So it's almost 1 year when we are on the market. And really on the beginning, one of my ex-partner now came after that, he ghosted me because it was a kind of summer and he wanted to go on holiday and blah, blah. And then he came and say, hey, you find an investor and you are in this in the program, so I want 25% of your company. 25% for nothing. So it was first time when I must hire a lawyer, send him all documentation, all our emails, ask advice, and then when he called me and we was on a meeting, told me stuff which told me, I say, okay, now it's in your hand, build a wall and deal with. And still, I let the possibility to make a deal if my ex-business partner will be able to think about it, which was not happened. Then I must to learn that if nobody asks me for help or for advice, I should not deliver it, because I did it and I make a mess. So, and because I want to be really nice and polite and help to people, they tempt me in my childhood that we must help people. But when people don't want help, and they don't want your help, and they don't ask for help, don't do that. It will be used against you, was used against me, and it's created a mess. And then, when we go through it and months run, and I think on the spring that things are fine and we are kind of in good shape, in good time, and everything's go in some way, then shit hit the fan, and not just only one shit. Because I thought that some people are nice. I have a little bit of naivety still in my 37. I'm kind of naive. And I share some information, and it's turned against me and my ex-business partner, which on the beginning asked 25%, in this case for nothing. They came with some bad speech behind the curtain, and there's and twisting information about my person, and based on that, based on these lies, I lost some money, not just only money. We lost 3 months. My relationship with investor was kind of broken, and took really 3 months of heavy negotiations and building trust back. We lost some people, some advisors, because was too heavy, and let's say fight behind the curtains with dodgers, we stab in the back. And yes, but when you lie, when you make this bad speech, it's all the times turn against you. So I take some break from LinkedIn. I didn't post anything for 3-4 months. I take some break for my mental health. And meanwhile, by the way, we must cut something like 80% of the team, including sales and another marketing and blah, 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 because we don't have the money for that. We work on the materials, and we came with this side project, how to say, and we make deals. Through these 3 months or 4 months, we found hole on the market when nobody is interested for our money, and now what we need to do is that just only sign letter of interest or sell the letter of interest to some companies and connect one and another side of the market. One side want the material, and another side is able to make it, and we are in the middle. So, I hope that you like my speech. That was interesting, that you like it. And I hope that you find some, how to say, inspiration. So thank you for today.
So, one more question.
Thank you for the presentation. I wanted to ask, if I understand correctly, you're producing the nettle fabric, or are you making garments out of it, or are you connecting between the manufacturer and the buyer?
Yes. Thank you for the question. On the beginning, we thought that we do the first 2 things which you ask, but how the things go, we are actually the third options, like that we connect these producers and farmers and all these things. Because right now we don't have a personality, like a team which could to collect. Actually, now we must to collect 20 tons of nettle. So we must to buy it out from the single persons or people which will collect for us. And then we can deliver into company, which will like actually separate fibers and in Czech it's pazdeří, but I don't know how to say it or didn't found anything in English. It's in a part of the plant. And then from the fiber we can make, for example, really single fiber or some material for isolation and other stuff. So now we are just only connecting things with knowledge of how to use it, where to looking for the clients, where to looking for the producers.
And yeah, it's very interesting because I've never seen fabric made out of nettle. So that was a new, yeah, I see this, he showed me, so that's really, it's beautiful. And I have a connection for you maybe in Bulgaria, so we can talk soon. He might be interested in this product.
Thank you.
I know. Thank you, Radomir.
Sorry?
Thank you so much. And if you want to test some part of NettleSmart, you can also go upstairs and test this nettle beer and syrups.
Yeah, there is blended beer because our beer, which we made it in collaboration with collaboration of Pivovar Podlesí, Brewery Podlesí, which was not delivered because like a delivers company. So we decide to blend it, some another beer with our syrup and a drop of citrus and sparkling water, and it's like a nice summer drink. And you will be not drunk from that. But if you want something stronger, we can make some kind of, let's say, nettle mojito. We have a white rum for you. This is like what we can offer and like the bottle of nettle syrup.
Thank you so much.